Nice. How are your
Yeah.
kids?
They're good, but it's kind of tough being out there with the whole COVID thing. So,
Yeah.
but we work it out and make the best out of all of our time.
Just sneeze, everyone will clear.
Yeah.
No.
But you remember the last time we spoke about this, right? The state attorney asked us to keep an eye on the misdemeanor numbers, especially because of COVID.
Yeah. Last month we still rejected fewer misdemeanors, right? Let's look at the numbers.
Interesting. We seem to have rebounded a little this month in our filings. See that little jump in September?
Yes, I do. Though it's not as big of a spike as we had in June. Does this mean we're heading back to normal?
Well, it could be a seasonal thing. Mike can pull up the monthly referrals for us and see if our referrals are up now and have been up in the past around this time.
That's possible. Speaking of seasons, I didn't notice this before, but our dismissals seem to be getting a bump every December. Are we giving away holiday bonuses in cases?
I know for myself, I try to clean my desk before the end of the year. Do you do that too?
I'm not sure. It's not something I usually think about, but I do try to clear my weak cases before the end of the year is over.
I don't doubt that at all. Also, by the way, flip the page. I think Mike already gave us the referral numbers.
Wait, really? He's good. We've never even asked for this before.
Wow. I knew we got fewer misdemeanors in the spring, but that drop is crazy.
No kidding. It looks like misdemeanor referrals have been going up since March, though. I wonder if we'll ever get back to pre-COVID rates.
It all depends on the crime rates and what police are going to do about them. But these are just misdemeanors. We haven't looked at the data for felonies.
Fair point. Though what we decide to do will also influence what the police bring us in cases. In other news, talk about seasonality again. Do you see what happens every summer? Our annual crime spike seems to be going up in July these days rather than August.
I'm still thinking about your earlier point. What can we do to change referrals? The drop is a change in policing. I don't think that people have just stopped committing misdemeanors. It's a change in policing. That's such a police thing. We can't prosecute cases they don't want to bring to us. And obviously we can't make them bring us any cases that they don't want to bring.
I don't want to just sit and wait to see what the police bring us. Do we even want to go back to pre-COVID rates? These are misdemeanor cases. They take up all our time. I know it's not what we usually do, but have we ever thought about what we really want our misdemeanor caseload to look like? We should bring this up to the executive team's attention. I'll check to see whether we can add this topic to the agenda for the executive team meeting next week.
Okay, sounds good. We'll have to review the felony data beforehand in case it comes up. I'll also think about what else we might need. Maybe I'll check with Steve to see if he's had the same size drop in his jurisdiction.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Good to see you. All right, let's get started.
So Tim and I reviewed case referral trends in recent months, and our referral numbers dropped substantially in March, which is of course when we first changed operations due to COVID. But since then, referrals have been steadily increasing. We aren't anywhere near pre-COVID levels, but we believe it may be a good time to talk about whether we're expecting referrals to change back to normal, or whether we should think about misdemeanor policy changes.
Judging by our filing decisions, we're usually pretty consistent in how we handle misdemeanor caseloads regardless. But recently there's been some change. Our filing rate has gone down a bit. We chose not to file 53% of our cases in September, and that's down from a high of 67% back in August last year. But the biggest change is in dismissals. We're down to dismissing only 3% of cases this month when we used to dismiss up to 18%. We probably don't want to go back to our really high dismissal rate, but where exactly do you want to be?
Well, we know that we don't want to dismiss more than we reject. Ideally, we catch the bad cases as early as possible, so no. We don't want to go back to what we used to do. What I want is for us to keep the dismissal rate low.
Okay, I for one don't like dealing with bad cases after filing, especially if I have to deal with them myself.
Me either.
So maybe we could use that as an incentive to push our attorneys to make better decisions at filing. If they file a case, they're the ones that have to prosecute it.
So you're saying everybody screens cases and everybody prosecutes the cases they file?
Yep. This would mean getting rid of our screening unit, but that's something I was thinking about doing anyway. But this won't be enough. We should also come up with a clear criteria for when to divert misdemeanors pre-filing. Do we know what our pre-filing diversion numbers look like? And can we also get prior records for all the misdemeanors we filed this year and how often they come back?
Do you mean what percentage of misdemeanors had prior convictions?
Yes, exactly. And prior prison sentences too.
Well, we don't have those numbers now, but we'll try to get those numbers to you, hopefully by next week.
Okay, great. Well, this has been very productive. Thank you all. Let me check in with my assistant to check my schedule, and we'll set a time for next week. See you guys
Thank
soon.
you.